Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Code and User Interface Design. This is a series, a CSS course. So in this video, I'm going to teach you a thing or two about colors. Why colors? Obviously, CSS is a styling language. So you will be using a lot of colors as you continue with the course or in your journey as a front-end developer. So it's very important that I tell you the two most important things for now as a beginner in colors. Okay, so let's just quickly, by the way, I'm inside Figma. It's a front-end designing application. So I'm inside Figma. As you can see that this is just a square, and then let me just give it a color. So this is what I want us to talk about. The first thing that I want to talk to you about the colors. Colors have got color code, or there are things called color scheme. This means that a color can be represented by a CMYK, a color can be represented by Pantone, a color can be represented by RGB, and a color can be represented by a hex code. So number one, this is a hex code. So as you can see that as we move up and down here in this square, this value is changing. So this is a hex code. So when you are developing a website, obviously you will get, maybe when you are working professionally, you will get a design document from the designers, from the graphic designer. Maybe they will be using Figma, the application that we are using. So they will give you some color codes there if they care enough. But some other designers, they just give you a mock-up of how the website is going to look like. So you have to find a way of sampling colors. What is sampling colors? Sampling colors is clicking this eyedropper and then sampling this color. So it will mean that you have to take that document and sample the colors for yourself. But however, what I'm trying to say is this is a hexadecimal color scheme. So you need to know this code, because that's what you're gonna use for the most part of the course and also in your front-end career. So that is a hex code. Also, we don't only have a hex code, we also have got the RGB. As you can see that we've got red, green and blue. So also you can represent colors in terms of the RGB, red, green and blue. However, there is also another value that is here. Sometimes you will see it generally in life when they are talking about RGB, but in web development or web design you will see that there is also another value besides RGB. So RGB is RGB or it's RGBA. Let me just quickly type it here. It's RGB or RGBA. Okay, so the R stands for red, the R stands for red, and the G stands for green, and the B stands for blue, and the A stands for alpha, which means an alpha channel. What is an alpha channel? Let's think of this is a solid color, but what if maybe this was a glass material? That will mean that it's a see-through. So when we are talking of alpha channel, think about some sort of a transparency. Think of a solid color, or just like, let's say, think of a wall, a material that you can't see through it, and also think of a glass, a material that you can see through it. And also you might also think of a tint, you know, a tinted window where you can partially see through. So when you're talking of alpha, please think about that. So we've got RGB and also we've got RGBA. So in web design, please never forget that we've got RGBA. That's why here on RGB there is this percentage, meaning that it's the transparency, how transparent this color is. And also, as you can see here, we've got other color schemes that I'm not going to talk about at this moment. Okay, so Now let's go to the practical side of it, because in this course I'm going to be as practical as I can. I don't want to teach you a theory of CSS and then you can't apply it when I'm done teaching you, and then you still have to think how to apply CSS and also how can you use it practically. So let's just jump straight to a quick practical. Okay, as you can see here, this is a Google website. I was just searching responsive design. So what we are going to do here, we are in the body element of the web page. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set the background. Never mind if you don't understand these terms and codes for now, background color and whatever. Obviously this is a course, I'm going to teach you that. So I'm going to set a background color to, let's say, this a pound sign, and then from then let me type some few numbers and see what color is this. As you can see that it's a little bit gray. Even me, I'm just typing random colors, so as you can see that it changes. So let's just say RGB and open the brackets, and then we just put 3 numbers there. Let's see what is it gonna be. Okay, let me just type it like this, RGB. Okay, let me just say RGB, and then let me open and see, and then I'm going to put 3 numbers there. If it doesn't work this way, obviously I will try a different method. As you can see, the number that I have typed here, it's somewhat like a black color. As you can see, now it works. However, I told you that in web design you must be aware that there is also another value, the one for transparency, which on that design program it was represented as a percentage. But however, in web design you can also represent it as some sort of any number between 0 and 1. For instance, a half of 1 is 0.5. So this number talks about transparency. In terms of percentage, this will be 50%. Let's say this number is black for simplicity. So that will mean that this is 50% of black. As you can see that it's a little bit of gray. So if you want to add more black, we say 0.7. As you can see, it's becoming stronger. 0.9. As you can see, it's becoming stronger. But if we want less of black, then we are going to say, we are going to type 0.1. as you can see. Otherwise, that is it for me. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. I hope this was helpful. If you feel like this was helpful, I have taught you something today, please visit my YouTube channel and subscribe.